Good evening, race fans, and welcome to another Thursday night here with the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Tonight, they hit the virtual Chicago street course here over on iRacing. Definitely going to be interesting to see how these, not only the cars handle this track, but also the drivers. As you can see, it's very bumpy. A lot of hopping, a lot of airtime there. So definitely going to be interesting to see how this race will unfold here tonight. They are doing 35 laps here this evening. Let's go ahead here real quick, get down to the weather report here. As they are coming, this technically their warm-up session. You got air temp at 70, winds out of the west right around 12 miles an hour, humidity at 1%, no fog. It says mostly cloudy, but I think it's more of a partly cloudy sky out there here this evening. Track info. Here we are, Chicago. It is the street course. It is a NASCAR made it up just a few years ago. They designed it, I'm sure with the help of the city, blah, 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 blah. Track length is just a little over 2 miles long at 2.12 miles. 12 turns here they will be taking per lap. Right in the heart of Chicago for the most part. So it's going to be wild. I just can't get over the fact of seeing them hop over those bumps like that. Pretty wild. But we do have some points to get down to. So let's go ahead and bring those up here real quick. As we will start here first with the team points. Coming into tonight, we got Black Gold Racing, EGR. They're in the top spot, 235. Linear Energy Racing with 230 in second. CRT Pulse Racing in third with 224. PBR in fourth with 151. Team Name Motorsports is in fifth with 143. Back in sixth, we have Team iCar with 109. Gigabyte Racing with 101 back in seventh. Joshua Osborne Motorsports is in eighth with 87. Legacy Racing in ninth with 40. Actually, it should be Mr. Rogers Racing in ninth with 60. True North Racing in 10th with 42. And then Legacy in 11th with 40. ARM in 12th with 38. And then rounding out in 13th, IRR. Team Argentina with 36 points. And getting down to what we have as far as the point standings coming in to tonight. Up into that top spot, we have that 20 machine of Edson Santos with 93. Daniel there in second with 93 as well. So they're both tied. Casey there in third with 81. The other Daniel in fourth, 70. Lance Anthony in fifth with 63. William Rucker in sixth with 62. Joshua Osborne seventh with 59. Matthew Orentino with 57 in eighth. Travis Rucker in ninth with 56. Aaron Hobart 10th with 54. Andrew Fay 11th with 51. In 12th, we got Bobby Flowers there with 50. Kiffin Simpson there in 13th with 48. Calix Wetzel there in 14th, 45. Clay Carter in that 43 back in 15th with 43, as well as Brian Edwards in 16th with 43 points. With 40 points back in 17th, we got CJ Harden. Garrett Hagan is in 18th with 39. Mathis Comey with 36, as well as Scott Watson with 36 and 19th and 20th respectively. And 21st, we got Rick Raven with 35. Alex Offenbach in 22nd with 33, as well as Jordan Probst there in 23rd with 23 points. 33 points, I should say, sorry. With 32 points, we got Andrew Frazier at 4th in the 24 car. In 25th, We got Nash Fry with 28. And then rounding out the field in 26. Coming into tonight, as far as the standings go, James LeGriven with 26 points. So that would conclude, as far as the points go and all that here, this coming into tonight here at Chicagoland. That also does include their drop weeks. They did 2 weeks drop races. So pretty much your 2 worst races that you have, they wipe them out. And let's see here if we can go down the list here. This is just for this session here. In that top spot, we got that one of Rick Raven. Go ahead and get that driver long bar going on. That way you know who we're on here. Just in the warm-up session with a 1:11.534. David Cook in second with a 1:11.70. Lance Anthony third. A 1:12.723. William Rucker there in fourth. 1:12.971. Garrett Hagan 1:13.030. Brian Edwards 1:13.145 in sixth. Babe Carter in seventh with a 1:15.469. Scott Watson is in eighth with a 1:15.804. That's all who's on track right now. Well, we got Bobby out here on track too. He has not laid down a lap yet. But we are coming down here to the last minute of warm-up session. So what we're going to go ahead and do here, step away, get in our national anthem, then when we come back, we'll go ahead and get down to the starting grid. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. Folks, welcome back as the session is ready to wind up here. Don't know why it's got a minute to go here before the session ends, even though it's ended. Not entirely sure what's up with that. See here if it'll show. No, it won't. Okay. Well, we just gotta wait here till that timer clicks off here, which is about 10 seconds from now. Don't know why it had a 2-minute countdown after the session ended. Okay, there we go. Now let's go ahead and get them down to the starting grid here this evening. Starting in row 1, we got David Cook with a 1:11.433. Rick Raven starting second with a 1:11.534. In row 2, Lance Anthony starting third. On the outside of Lance, starting fourth, we got William Rucker. In row number 3, we got Garrett Hagan in the 30 starting fifth. Brian Edwards in the 3 rolling off sixth. The 034, Bobby Blowers there starting seventh. Clave Carter in the 43 starting eighth. And Scott Watson in that 29 is going to roll off ninth here this evening. 9 drivers out here. I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of action going on. Definitely don't want to get trying to get everything. Come on. Going here. Okay, got that. Go ahead and get rid of that. There. Now, I do want to give a shout out to the sponsors for Season 3 here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. We do have the Magnolia Laser, Crown Athletics. I know there's been a few individual race sponsors for the season that come on board, so I do appreciate everybody, giving their love and support to the league. Trying to do everything possible to show their appreciation to what Lance and the admin team over here are doing. Trying to build something good, something great. And so far this season, it has been, other than my fluke internet connection I had last race 2 weeks ago. It's been fun to watch, and they are underway here as David Cook is now leading the way here. 35 laps. And like I said, we're going to have a lot of action here. As you see, a lot of people trying to take it slow here for the first part of the race. Go ahead and try to get a better view out for everyone. As I heard somebody hit the wall. I'm not exactly sure who that was. I know it wasn't Bobby. Just panned the Bobby there for a moment. Scott Watson. Ooh, what happened to Scotty? Going down. Oh, he already lost a wing. And I think down through here, he's just going to lose it on the braking. Oh, no, he had it there. Oh, there it goes. Woo! Around he goes. Okay. That is what happened to Scott Watson there on lap 1. You hate to see that on lap 1. But then again, he made it a lot further than I would have on lap 1. So David Cook has led a lap here. He's got to keep an eye out there for Rick Raven there in that second spot. As well as, can't forget about Lance Anthony in that 52 machine. Got William Rucker here moving up to that P4 position. We got some meatballs going on out here with Bobby. He's missing a front wing. I got Bradley Williams on pit road, Billy Smith on pit road, Scott Watson on pit road. Bobby's the only driver still yet to come down pit road to service the damage that he has. Can't be too competitive out there with only having a half a wing as Garrett Hagan. Oh, excuse me, Garrett Hagan. Hard to the inside wall there. He's also going to have to come down and use the fast repair as well as Bobby. Well, yeah, we already knew Bobby. Never mind. Take that back. Bobby is now coming down to take care of that fast repair. They do get 2 here tonight. Back up to David Cook as you see Rick Raven trying to give him a little bit of pressure. Try to give you guys different views throughout the race here. As Lance is about 4.3 seconds back from the leader, 3.5 back from Rick there in second. Rick is sitting right about 9/10 of a second back from the leader, 6/10 of a second. Well, it's definitely fluctuating. Go ahead and get back out here. As you see the top 3 right there, all in the picture there. Get back here to William Rucker here in the 4th spot. He's missing half his wing. His front wing is gone, but he does not have a meatball. I'm not entirely sure how you see those brake rotors getting bright there. Get up back here to Brian Edwards. He's also... Do none of these guys get... I'm trying to figure out why they don't have... They're all missing... Well, no, not all of them. The top 2 have them, so that means they all get them. They both get... It's just weird that Brian Edwards doesn't have half his front wing. William Rucker is missing half of his front wing. None of them got a black flag. You see Bobby here in that 6th spot right now. Still up a spot from where he started the race, so he had to come down and get that fast repair taken care of. Got Clave Carter here in the 7th spot. Just minding his P's and Q's right now. Garrett Hagan here in the 8th spot. He had to come down and use his fast repair, as well as Bradley Williams in the 9th spot. You got Scott Watson 10th. And then Billy Smith is going to round out the field in the 11th. Get back up here. The pressure is on. David Cook, Rick Raven is all over his rear end. But when does Rick make the move? Is he just trying to feel him out right now? David's able to get a little bit of cushion away from Rick here, at least for the moment. Got Garrett Hagan brushing the wall, trying to get up there to the 43 of Clave Carter. We'll see here. As the, we're only on lap 7 here of 35. Still got a long way to go. If Rick has what it takes to make the pass over David, or if David is just toying with Rick. But who knows? All it takes is one little mistake. You're not perfect for all 35 laps. It could make or break your race. Brian Edwards here in the 5th spot. He is currently 28.7 seconds back from the leader. 6.9 seconds back from William Rucker. As William still doesn't have half his... Oh, I'm brushing the wall again. Still missing half his wing there. Garrett Hagan here putting pressure on the 43 of Clay Carter. Not able to pass him quite yet. You see they're on the sun portion of the track now. I guess it's only partly cloudy depending on what part of the track you're on. Or mostly cloudy, however you want to consider it. As we got people brushing the wall still. Really not worried about what's going on up front right now. David Cook has been able to really get a good, comfortable lead. Sitting just over 2.6 seconds ahead of the one machine there of Rick Raven. Lance Anthony is roughly 7 seconds back from Rick. Back here in 3rd spot, or 10.2 seconds back from the leader. Then you got the 77 of William Rucker here in the 4th position. Brian Edwards, we're tied back in that 5th position. Bobby here in the 6th spot. He is 17, about 18 seconds back from Brian Edwards, or 52 and a half seconds back from the leader. Garrett Hagan here. Sitting in the 7th spot. And I just realized they get 125 push to passes, or 127, or however many, 190, 200. So they have 200 push to passes. David Cook is down to 125. Ooh, as you see David Cook there getting a little squirrely coming out of that turn there. So that might potentially help Rick a little bit. He needs a lot of help though. He is sitting at 4.1 seconds back from the leader, David, now. You see David is starting to come up. Would that be Scott? Oh, Scott Watson is, he's missing a nose. He's missing a front wing. Well, he's actually dragging his nose, I should say. Scott's going to have to come down and get that replaced. Oh, who was that? Was that Garrett? Yeah, Garrett. He's going to go ahead and take a tow. Rick Raven here is 4.7 back now. Falling back a little bit. William Rucker is on pit road with his damaged vehicle. Going to come down and service that. As we are on lap 13 of 35 here. Clave Carter in that 43 here in the 7th spot. Some of these guys are just trying to survive tonight. Realize it doesn't have the live on there we go. As we're on lap 14 of 35 here. Go ahead and get a quick weather report, seeing what they have to deal with out here. Air temp at 71, winds out of the west right around 9-10 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy, even though the sun's out right now. No humidity, no fog. Let's see about that track temperature. Track temp right around 91 degrees. The race summary here, there's not a whole lot to go through. We completed 13 laps. We got 22 laps to go. Would not expect there to be a caution unless there's something major that takes place, which right now they're so far spread out. I don't foresee any of that happening. As far as your top 5 goes, you got David Cook, Rick Raven, Lance Anthony, Brian Edwards, and Bobby Blowers there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and get up here on the leader here and see what he's doing as far as his top speed goes. getting updates about what's going on with the Cavs Spurs game right now. It doesn't look pretty. Looks like David Cook down the straightaway 154 miles an hour. But these are also with 16 lap old tires. Should hit about, 164. I think that was Billy Smith there being wise and just letting David Cook go by there on the outside, giving him plenty of room. Get back here to Lance Anthony in the third position here. Oh, Lance brushing the wall. Updates of what's going on with the game here. I do apologize for that, folks. Trying to focus on the race here. But hey, Major League Baseball opening day was today. Good to see baseball back. I mean, the spring is officially here. Warm weather is going to be upon us sooner than later. Can't wait for that to happen. I have some. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of that, shall we? Go ahead and pull that up here. That way. Go ahead and see what's going on. Not looking good for the Cavaliers right now. Or down 3, but still go. 39 we go. But enough about basketball. We got a race going on. We did have some pit stops take place during my little rant there. Clay Carter did come down pit road. Bradley Williams down pit road. Scott Watson down pit road. Billy Smith down pit road. William Rucker also down pit road. So the only ones that have not pitted yet is David Cook, Rick Raven, Lance Anthony, Bobby, and Brian. But Brian is on pit road right now. I would expect him to take a fast repair here. Yep. Get that car back to good and then get back out there on the track. Hang on tight. We'll go ahead and stay on the leader here. We're going to go ahead and step away here for a brief moment. Just enjoy the sights and sounds of the cars without hearing my annoying voice. I will be right back. We're staying tuned in here to the race, so don't go anywhere, folks. folks, I am back. I do apologize for that. Had to go ahead and get a little update of what was going on. I kept getting messages. It is not pretty, I will say that. But back to the race here. David Cook still in that top spot. Lance Anthony now up to second. Rick Raven third. Bobby in fourth. William Rucker fifth. Brian Edwards sixth. Clabe Carter seventh. Scott Watson eighth. Bradley Williams has dropped out. Billy Smith is in 10th. And Garrett Hagan has taken his car behind the wall as well for this evening. We got 9 drivers out here on the road course here. We're on lap 22 of 35. Here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour season number 3. We're here on Extreme Racing TV. I do appreciate those who have tuned in here tonight, showing their support to the league. The guys out here definitely do appreciate it. As we got David Cook on pit road. Lance is going to go ahead and stay out, I would assume. He's been out here 3 laps. Rick Raven's going to stay out. Bobby's going to be the one coming down pit road with David. There we go. That's who I was trying to find. So it's going to be interesting to see here. I think David's going to be all right on time. When it updates here. Ooh, Lance still hitting the wall. Is David Cook doing some donuts there? What happened there? Let's go ahead and take a look back. So he came down, he's made his pit stop, and then, oh, crushed tires. Spun him. That's what happened. Okay. Now we're trying to get that live back up here, where you all know that we are live. So Lance is about 5.7 seconds back now from David Cook. I think what we will go ahead and do here tonight, folks, just do a little change up. Well, you know what? No, we won't do it this week. We'll wait till next week to do it. My hours have changed at work, even though it starts later, gets out later. It's weird how it all works right now. Bobby, back here in the 6th position, coming down pit road, he's got a meatball flag. He's got to serve that penalty. He had no front wing, no back wing. He had nothing. Unfortunately, I had a bad angle at that. Sorry, folks. I'm dealing with something right now. I do apologize. As we got David in the top spot. Still, trying to refocus here on the race. I'm sorry. Lance Anthony second, Rick Raven third, William Rucker fourth, Brian Edwards fifth. As we are on lap 27 or 35, once again, folks, I do apologize. I am tending to a very sensitive situation right now. I'm not going to get into details about that. I will go ahead and explain that to Lance later. We're in lap 28 here. David Cook still in that top spot. Got Lance in second here. He is 9 seconds back from the leader. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's go ahead and get back to the race. Okay, I'm sorry. David Cook here still in the top spot. Lance Anthony second. Rick Raven here in the third spot. He is 25.5 seconds back from Lance. 34.7 seconds back from David. William Rucker here in fourth. Brian Edwards in fifth. That's what we have going on right now. Well, folks, I think after this race, I'm not even going to do post-race interviews. I'm going to get a hold of Lance, let him know what's going on. Not good. But still got 5 laps to go here. We try to do our best to go ahead and focus on what's going on out here on the track. Still got air temp of 70. Track temp here, let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's dropped down to 83 degrees. If you remember the start of the race, it was right around 91. Yeah, that's what we got going on right now. David's used all his push passes. Lance still has 20 to go. Rick Raven has 95. William Rucker has 39. Brian Edwards has 85. Bobby has 98. Thought I had my Discord up. Apparently I don't. Well, just go ahead and do it through my right way. Ding dong, ding dong. Boy. We're down to 4 laps to go here. David Cook still in that top spot. If my clicker wants to work. Now we're down to 3 laps to go. David Cook still in the top spot. Lance is in second. Rick Raven third. William Rucker fourth. Brian Edwards fifth. Bobby in sixth. Clabe Carter seventh. Scott Watson eighth. And Billy Smith is in 10th. He might. I don't think he's going to be able to pass Bradley Williams up. Going to be close. Down to 2 laps to go. Let's do better. We're on the final lap. Ooh, David brushing the wall there. But I don't think it's going to matter here as he's got a 16.3 second lead over Lance Anthony. So, yeah. I think David could pretty much put it in cruise control here at this point. As those brake rotors are shining bright and red and rosy. Like cheeks on Santa Claus. I don't know why I brought that reference up. We're in spring, but I guess it fit. As we're coming down here to the finish, David Cook is going to grab the victory here this evening. Lance Anthony is going to grab second. He's crossing the line right now. And Rick Raven. Waiting for him to go ahead and cross the start-finish line here. He will round out the top 3. How they will round out here tonight. William Rucker is going to finish 4th, Brian Edwards 5th, Bobby 6th, Clay Carter. Well, we'll go ahead and get down to the finishing results here in just a moment. But congratulations goes to David Cook. Like I said, we'll go ahead and get the interviews in next week. As I do, unfortunately, have a situation I got to go ahead and take care of here. I do apologize to those drivers here tonight. If they can't make it next week, I will definitely get those interviews in at some point. I do apologize, but we will go ahead here right now, get down through the final results, and then we'll hop off here and take care of what I got to take care of. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. David Cook grabbing the victory here tonight. Congrats once again to David on grabbing the victory. Rick Raven finishing in that second spot. Finishing 3rd. There we go. Finishing 1st, David Cook. 2nd, Lance Anthony. 3rd, Rick Raven. 4th, William Rucker. 5th, Brian Edwards. And 6th, Bobby Flowers. 7th, Clay Carter. 8th, Scott Watson. 9th, Bradley Williams. 10th, Billy Smith. 11th, Garrett Hagan. 12th, Joshua Osborne. And 13th, Andy Frazier. Well, folks, that will conclude it here tonight at the Chicago Street Course. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I do apologize. Like I said, we'll go ahead and get those top 3 down next Thursday night. They head to... Check real quick. Head to Where the heck is it at? Come on. Ain't got time to look forever. There it is. They head to Richmond. So short track next week. That's going to be interesting. Definitely looking forward to that. Well, folks, do appreciate you all tuning in here tonight. I do apologize for cutting it short here this evening. But we will, like I said, definitely get those top three up here in the broadcast booth next week. I do appreciate all the support, all the love out there. Yeah, we will definitely get those up here next week. And until then, folks, take care of yourselves and each other and have a good night.